All right. Again, so welcome to the official orientation, our first one of 2021, a year that a lot of us are looking at to be better than last year. And that's why you guys are all here right now, right? You're trying to set yourself up for your future to make sure that you do have a better 2021. I hope as we're obviously remote for this orientation instead of in person like we prefer. That is to keep you guys safe and to keep ourselves safe. So hopefully you guys are continuing to practice that safety for you and your family during these times here. My name is Corey. I'm the director of admissions. So the person that you talk to get into the program, Isabel, Kevin, Brian, Jen, Lisa, Javi, whoever you spoke with, I oversee them and their students. So if you ever can't get a hold of your rep, you can always contact me. I'll be giving you my phone number. And throughout this presentation today, you're actually going to meet a lot of key resources that you can use once you are in school. So if you haven't already, grab a paper and a pen, something to write down, because you will get, again, contact information for some key people that you may need to utilize throughout your time here at Brookline College. You are going to be officially a member of our family now, and you will see as you meet all of us, we are one big family. So we're certainly happy that you are joining us. And for me, I always start off with just trying to help you remember your why, right? Why is it that you are here? That why is going to keep you engaged and keep you excited throughout the program, because things do get tough when we take on a new challenge. It's new, it's different. No matter what, it's because it's new or different, right? You're going to encounter some bumps in the road. It's going to happen. It happens anytime we take on something new or something we haven't experienced or something that it's maybe been a while since we've been in school, whatever it is. But if you can remember the why behind what you're doing this for, it's not just for a job. Obviously, that's a point of it. But what does that job do for you? What does that job do for your family and your future? Keep that in the forefront of your mind. And no matter what obstacle comes up, it should help you get over that bump that is in the road as it comes. One piece of advice that I'm going to give you throughout your time here is that you are going to start hearing a voice in your head. You already hear the voice in your head on a daily basis. May not realize it or want to recognize it as such, but you do have that voice. And I'll tell you, the most common time that you ever hear that voice is first thing in the morning when you're laying in bed and that alarm clock is going off. I know I hear that voice every morning, and it's like, okay, I know I need to get up, but boy, is it cold, and these sheets are warm, and I do not feel like moving right now. And that voice is trying to keep me comfortable. So that voice will always try to keep me from taking any type of action, even though it's something that I know I need to. I need this job. So I have to show up to this job every day. So despite the voice telling me, stay in bed, it's warm, and despite how comfortable that bed is, I have to tell that voice, I'm sorry, but you don't control me, I control me. And I'm going to get up as much as, again, it'd be more comfortable to stay in bed because I have this job. I have myself and family to support. I have the future, that I have planned. I need to do this every day. So you yourselves are going to be presented, again, with that voice in your head. It could be in the morning, just getting up to be on time for your class so that you can be in front of your computer, camera on if you're in a live lecture, engaged, talking with your instructor, whatever it is, so you can be prepared. You've got to get up for that, right? You got to be up in time. So you can't let that voice keep you from that. It could be with an assignment. The voice is saying, oh, you can do it later. Let's watch the latest issue or the latest episode of Survivor. Well, again, that's great, but are you going to have enough time to do that homework assignment correctly and not be rushing through it so that you can get the full credit and the best grade, right? So that voice will always keep you from inaction, right? Doing what's comfortable and what's easy. And when you're taking on a new challenge, it's school. School's not always going to be comfortable and easy. If it's easy, what do you need us for to teach you? You can watch a video, right? You won't be able to work, you won't get certifications and stuff, but you can watch a video to learn the material, right? But no, you need to show up. You need to put in, you know, the skill, the time, the application to get the skills. These are healthcare careers. People's lives essentially are in your hands in one form or another, right? If you don't have the proper skill, if you didn't learn the proper skill because you didn't show up that day with your best self because that voice told you not to, right? It can affect your ability to recall that information when it's time for you to actually apply it and take care of somebody that you're working with, a patient. Take that voice that's in your head and make sure that you control it and it doesn't control you. And do that throughout your program. Show up every day. We have the best support that I have ever worked with at a college. Right here. This family is somebody you can always reach out to for help. But if you're not showing up, how can they help you? If you're not showing up to the class, if you're not showing up and asking the questions, how can they deliver? They can't do the school for you. You have to do it. They will be here to support you, and you will meet all of that support today. We're excited to have you again as part of the family. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to the very first resource, which is our Director of Education, Mrs. Nicole Bousquet. She will take care of starting you off on this journey today. Before I go, I will be back at the end of the presentation to set up and get you guys taken to meet with your program chairs right here on Zoom, or this, whatever this thing, Ring Central, sorry. So I will be back then, but before I let you go, I want to make sure you have my phone number, okay? So if you do have a pen and paper, this is your opportunity to write down the phone number. So my direct phone number is 520-584-5272, okay? You can text that number. You can call that number. That goes to me day and night. So if you're running into an issue and you can't get a hold of the right person, your instructor, your admissions rep, whatever, you can always reach out to me and I will get you to who you need to get to, okay? Again, welcome to our family. Just housekeeping. We will be obviously asking you to participate in various points of the presentation. Make sure you know where your mute and unmute button is on your screen so that you can participate. I do also highly encourage you to be on video if at all possible. You're our family. We want to see you. We want to know who's now a part of our family. So if you can be on video, if you're able to, turn it on. You know, let's all see our family members here. I know somebody's at work, you can't. Absolutely, that's fine too. I completely get it. But that's all I got. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Nicole. She can take it from here. Again, I appreciate all of you. I'm here for you, and we're all here to celebrate you starting this journey. We're proud of you. Thank you, Ms. Nicole.
Thank you, Corey. Thank you very much, and welcome everyone to your orientation. I'm Nicole Bousquet. I'm the Director of Education here with Brookline. I've been with Brookline a little over, well, just 10 years now. I just passed my 10-year anniversary in December. So yay, Brookline family. I'm so proud of all of you for your, taking this initial step and joining the Brookline family and furthering your lives for you and your family, your friends, etc. So let's get started. So we wanted to give you a couple of names and numbers, and just like Corey said, all of these numbers on here go directly to us 24/7. You can text us and you can call us and we will get it. So Todd Matthews is our campus director. He's going to speak a little later on in the presentation. Yeah, I'm next, and you've met Corey. Joyce is the director of financial aid. Her coworker is Raquel, so you can reach out to either one of them. Carl Wolf is going to be talking as well in a little bit about career services. And then most of you probably have met Ashley Walker, our student service coordinator. She was the one that walked you through getting into your learning management system, your email. She's the one that did the tech support. So another service that she does provide is anything that's outside of academics. So if you have an issue with housing, transportation, etc., please reach out to Miss Ashley Walker, okay? All right, first up, okay, here comes the interactive part, guys. What is your word? A central word or theme to guide your actions, hang on, to guide your actions or what you want to embrace more of in the coming year. So you can go ahead and unmute yourself and let us know what your word is. What word are you going to use in this new 2021? We're putting 2020 behind us, guys. We're moving forward. What word is going to help you get through? Quiet, quiet. Where's everyone?
Search text better be on this. Let's go.
I'm Raymond Ballesteros. I would probably say faith.
Faith. Love it. Good word. Thank you, Raymond.
I'd rather not say mine.
Okay.
It's a swear word.
All right. No worries. Anyone
Mine, I
else?
guess, would be more confident.
Good. I like that, Amy. Good.
Mine would be perseverance.
Oh, that's a great one, Frank. Thank you.
I was going to say strength.
Strength. Excellent. Excellent. These are great. Great words, guys.
Courage.
Courage. Yes. See, as I'm putting up some of the words that might help jog your memory on what you want. Some of you guys have said these words. Confidence, hope, believe, family, right? Family, being brave. Maybe for some of you, this is your first time coming to school. Maybe you were the first one in your family to come to school. You know, you are brave. This is an amazing first step for your future, and we are all so proud of you. The Brookline word is aspire. We aspire to provide every tool a student is going to need to obtain their dreams for a better future. That's what we're here for, guys. Just like Corey said, you can look at YouTube videos and get the material and read it, but we are here to provide you with the tools that you need for a better future. And with that, you're going to meet your program directors. And amongst them, they have close to 100 years of experience between all of them. So you can, read all this stuff up on the book, but if you come to class, you're going to get a more hands-on experience with your instructors so that you can see what it's truly like to be a service tech, a medical assistant, MIBC, PCT, phlebotomy, pharmacy, okay? All right, next up, social media. So most people have on this call that have been on this call with us before know that I'm not really big on social media. I'm basically a Facebook stalker. I don't put a whole lot of stuff up, but I do like us on Facebook. So this is one of the sites that I do have. If you can like us on Facebook after this meeting, there's constant postings up there about what's happening at school, job leads, career leads, events. We even put up success stories of students who have found careers in their field. You know what? The next one could be you. And then you can share it with your family, and that's a great way to communicate with everyone across the way. All right, our mission. This is a lot of words, guys, and I do not expect you to memorize this at all. I'm just going to pick out a few key words in here, okay? We are committed to preparing students academically and professionally to meet the constantly changing employment requirements, okay? That is so key, which is why our program directors meet with professionals outside of the school who are still working in the field to let us know anything that's changing so that we can adjust. We want to stay ahead of the curve so that we make sure that you guys are prepared to go out into the field with the newest and greatest technology, et cetera, that you will need, okay? So that's our mission. All right, on your first day of class, I love Mike, I love Monsters, Inc. On your first day of class, you want to bring a positive attitude, great attendance, and I'm also going to add in here optimism. I think that should be a new word for 2021 after coming out of 2020, that we are optimistic, that our future can change, right? We've seen so many new things come about in the last year, we have persevered, and I think bringing that positive attitude, great attendance, and being optimistic will get you going on that first day of class. It's always great also to have pens, pencils, highlighters, paper to write down notes. I'm definitely old school. I have tons of notepads that I keep writing down, folders, flash drives, and you will be issued scrubs, 2 sets of scrubs for when you are on campus. We'll get those to you, okay? Oh, campus activities. So some of these pictures obviously were taken before COVID, but we do love to have a lot of fun when we are on campus. We did the Heart Walk last year around March, right? I believe, Deborah, we're gonna be doing it again this year. In March, we also celebrated, it's down here, we celebrated Dr. Seuss's birthday. I believe was that in February, right at the beginning of March, maybe? My daughter and I made so many green eggs and ham. I haven't looked at them since. I can't. We made so many. These are the phlebotomy students that are having a pretty good time horsing around in the lab. And this over here is a career fair that we've done. So as you can see, we do like to have some fun when we are on campus. We do holiday events, workshops, community service. We do guest speakers. We still do guest speakers. We just bring them into your virtual classroom. Right now, the classroom field trips are kind of on hold until COVID is a little bit more safer. Okay. All right, the Ambassador Program. This is an amazing program that we've had at Brookline for quite some time. It is a leadership program for students, and I want all of you to really consider this because you're all going to graduate at around the same time with your co-students, right? And what is going to set you above your other students? So if I were to say I'm going to send out Amy and Angela's resume to X, Y, and Z, who are they going to choose, Amy or Angela? When you guys have the same grades, the same competencies, you guys are amazing, right? Are they going to be looking to maybe, let's say, Amy, who's decided to be in the Ambassador Program? Because then it shows that she stood out because she's in the leadership program. She assisted with her other classmates in tutoring and study tips. We also have community service that you can get involved in as well. The caveat is that you do have to have a 3.0 GPA and 80% attendance. So we do have to wait for that first class that you go through before you can apply to be into this program. But keep that in mind as you're going through, because it's an amazing addition to your resume. And plus, we give you recognition at graduation, and you get red scrubs, so you kind of stand out from the crowd of the sea of blue, the blue scrubs we have. Okay, and you can talk to your program directors more about that later on in your first class if you're interested. And I will tell you, your program director, if they think that you are a fit for the Ambassador, they'll put your name up for it too. So you won't be able to get away that easily. All right, our Library Resource Center is currently closed down due to COVID, but normally it runs from 7:30 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 12 on Friday. But you do have access to resources through your learning management system. We can talk about that in just a little bit, okay? Your student portal, hopefully all of you guys use this when you were logging in to get enrolled into school. It has your schedule, your financial aid activity, you can get your transcripts, your grades, and your attendance. And then this is our learning management system that you will be getting into for this block. I am going to tell you that this is going to change in February. You will get plenty of training. We're moving to a new program called Canvas. And we're going to be doing that in February. But right now, everything that Ashley has shown you how to do in this learning management system that we call Moodle, you will utilize that for your first class, okay? And in here, this is where, if it's not this learning management system and it's Canvas, this is where you're going to spend 90% of your time. Your coursework is in here, your ebooks, your syllabus, who your instructor is. I remember when I was telling you about the library, there's like I don't know if you can see my mouse moving around, but there's a spot up here that says learning management. and you can go in there and get all your resources that you need, okay? There's also this Brookline Backyard. It's a gathering place for students. It's only for students. You guys can go in there and you can meet students on other campuses. So any of the surge techs on here, you can go in and you can talk to surge techs who've been in the program since we started it back in October of 2019. Or you can talk to surge techs who are on other campuses like Tempe, okay? All right, safe and secure when we're on campus. One of the things when you guys are on campus doing your competencies, you will get an ID badge, okay? Looks just like this. I'm the only one here on campus today, but I still bring it in, right? I wanna make sure that you guys all get your badges before you come onto campus to do your competencies. And I know probably none of you have seen the campus. This place is huge. This place is huge. And I can't be everywhere. Corey can't be everywhere. Mr. Matthews can't be everywhere. So basically, if you see something, please just tell us and we will take care of it, okay? All right, professionals and training. Here comes the interactive part again, guys. Can someone tell me what the definition of a professional is?
An expert in their field.
Good. Mackenzie, good answer. An expert in their field. Any other ideas of what a professional is? Did she steal everyone's answer? All right, yes. So someone who has the technical or ethical standards of a profession, someone who's and generally business-like manner in the workplace. Now, can anyone tell me who a professional is? In your life, do you know of a professional?
My brother-in-law, the respiratory therapist.
Absolutely, good answer.
My mom, which is a nurse.
Your mom's a nurse, awesome. What hospital does she work at?
St. Joseph's.
Ah, I like that one. Thank you.
My dad.
Your dad, what does he do?
He's an aerospace engineer.
That's a tough job. Wow. All right. Do you know what professional employers are looking for? Do you know who they're looking for? I'm sorry. You guys.
Someone that dresses nice.
Yeah, right, in my picture. Yeah, that's going to be you, right? I mean, it's hard. You guys are in allied health program, so unfortunately you're going to be in scrubs. So you can only make that look so good. But yes, the employers are going to be looking for you guys. Let that sink in. When you're done with your education here and you are out in your career, you are going to be that professional with your dad, with your mom, okay, with your brother. That's going to be you guys. I'm getting chills just saying it. I love it. I love this. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Carl now for career services. Take the show away.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. I'm Carl, Career Services. And I know that the moment you guys hear Career Services, the first thing you think about is a job, right? Well, I'm here to change that because I don't deal in jobs, and neither should you, right? What I focus on is a career. A career is long-lasting, something that is going to take you through many levels of your life and that of your family. As you look on the screen here, we've got a list of things that we do throughout your time here, right? And we'll get to meet through each of your courses, doing different things at different times. You guys, I have to tell you that you are on the cusp of a totally new environment for everybody. And this new environment is a virtual environment. It is a technological environment. Anyone who can't, handle this environment is, sad to say, being left behind. And to start off with, I'm very big on being on camera, especially in this environment that we are in. So if you are not on camera, you need to start getting on camera. Because I'll tell you that employers are doing what? They're interviewing on camera, especially in this COVID environment right now. So many employers are taking advantage of the fact that they can't see you, in person, but they want to see you virtually. And guess what? We know that employers discriminate. Whether you like it or not, it is a fact. And someone's going to say, oh, Carl, you can't say that. Well, believe you me, I call a spade a spade. I'm telling you what it is. Right? Employers are using this virtual environment to discriminate. It is up to you as an individual to get familiar and be an expert in being on screen and being able to handle the technology, to be able to demonstrate to the employer that, hey, I don't care which way you turn, I'm your guy, I'm your lady, I'm the employer you need. Okay? My role is dealing with employers every day of the week, sometimes even Sundays. Okay? That's what I do. That's what I bring to the table. And I do that not for me, but for you, for each and every one of you, regardless of the program you're in, whether it's Surge Tech, whether it's Pharmacy Tech, whether it's PCT, whether it's MIBC, whether it's MA, it does not matter. I liaise and partner with employers across our program spectrum. So it is important and it is critical that you, each of you, partner with me so that I understand what your goals are and be able to better assist you find the right employer. I don't operate by, oh, well, here's an employer, here you go work. It doesn't work that way. I want to know exactly what your drive is. What is your motivation? Where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself? How are you going to get there? I need to understand what your attitude and your mindset is so that I can help you make the best match for you. Does that make sense? And folks, this is the interactive part of this orientation. Because let's just face it, this is why you are in school. You are looking to change your life. Whether it's yours and your family's, just yours, your family's, it doesn't matter. It happens through a career. So it is showtime and it is game on right now, starting today. There's no tomorrow. It's right now. So I'm going to jump right in here and tell you guys something. There are 3 A's and 1 M that help you be successful. These are the fundamentals. I'm not saying they're end all be all, but they are valuable. And you cannot afford not to be able to handle these. Now, 3 A's and 1 M. Your 3 A's are what? 1, your attitude. 2, your attendance. 3, your appearance. And that M is your mindset. And I'll just take a few seconds just to talk about each one. When I talk about your attitude, what is your attitude when something goes wrong? Or when your teacher or your instructor or your program director says, hey, you're failing this class because of X, Y, Z, or you need to get this done, or I need this to be handled on by this date. What is your attitude? Is your attitude, well, you can't tell me that, I'm a grown adult? Or is your attitude going to be completely understand and you make sure that it happens? Because remember, your program directors and your instructors are working in the field. So what they are delivering to you is raw knowledge and is invaluable information for your success. Okay, let me say that again. It's got to stick. What your instructors and your PDs, the program directors, are delivering to you daily in your classroom is raw knowledge and invaluable tips and tricks for your success because they are in field. Current trends. Now, your attendance. Look, whatever you do in class is what you are going to do at your employer. You cannot convince me. I don't care how much money you have. You cannot convince me that you are going to behave one way in school and you're going to do something else at your employer. It doesn't work that way. It is who you are. What you do in school, your attendance, is exactly what you're going to do at your employer. And you will find out 8 months, 9 months from now, for those of you in the diploma program, or almost 2 years from now, for those of you in the Sage Tech program, your very classmates who are not going to last, either in school or at their employer. I've done this for too long to see it. So I'm telling you, if you are really serious about why you are here, you need to start right now. You need to keep that going. Because guess what? Life happens, and life is going to happen. There are going to be difficulties. There are going to be challenges. There are going to be hurdles. There are going to be mountains. What is your attitude? How are you going to face that? Are you going to just give up? Or are you going to say, oh, heck no, I'm going to push on. I'm going to leverage my resources, and I'm going to succeed. Because you can see who you want to be and where you want to go right now. And a quick caveat, I'm going to challenge each of you, regardless whether you're in an MA program or the Sage Tech program or the PCT program, you have to start seeing yourself as such right now. You better get into that mindset right now that you are an MA or you are a PCT or you are a Sage Tech. Because when the difficulties come, that's one of the things that's going to help you through. You will be so focused and tuned into that mission that you will be unshakable. Are you hearing me? Somebody say something.
Yeah, we're listening.
Understood.
Yes, we
I'm
hear you.
listening.
I hear you.
We talked about attitude, we talked about attendance, we talked about appearance. Your appearance is key, folks. Your appearance is key because, as our Director of Education mentioned earlier, you are going to have who in your classroom, your virtual classrooms, employers, people who are in positions to make decisions about whether to hire you or not in your classrooms for your programs. Now, MA, you're not going to have somebody who works in Sage Tech. You're going to have somebody who works in PCT. You're going to be interacting with somebody who's an MA in field, making decisions about MA. The same thing for Sage Tech. The same thing for PCT. So you've got to make sure that you are in class and you are prim and proper. Let me tell you something that will help you with being in class and being prim and proper. In the mornings when you wake up for class and you hear that voice that Director of Admissions was talking about that says, oh, it's so cold. These sheets feel so warm. I don't want to go to class. You hear that voice and you can't get over it? Here is a tip for you. Get up and go take a shower and dress like you're leaving your house and then go sit at your computer and log in for class. It is a game changer. And I dare anybody to challenge me on that. Try it, tell me it doesn't work. Go take a shower, a nice good shower, and get dressed. You will be amazed what that little thing that you just did impacts your attitude, your mindset, and your appearance. Okay? Folks, when I started this out, I talked about these virtual interviews that are happening. This week alone, there have been 15 interviews conducted, all virtual. Not just one person, some of them were panel interviews. A panel interview of 3 or 4 people. This morning's panel interview was 2 managers, a director, and a recruiter. All on virtual, all on camera. When I talk about get ready and get used to this, this is your time for practice. Every day you're in class, you're practicing how to be on virtual, watching what your background is and how you're showing up. That's what I'm talking about because it is what it is. You can't change that. None of us can change that. I'm going to do my part in getting you ready mock interviews, your class interactions, working with you on your resume and your cover letter. But at the end of the day, that's not what's going to get you the job. It is part of it, but what's going to get you the job is you. You're the one who's going to get to that interview. Am I right? The employer is looking at you and for you. How are you going to show up? What are you going to say? How are you going to say it? How are you going to demonstrate the knowledge and skills that you have learned over your program so that the employer says, oh my goodness, Amy is the candidate for me, or Frank is, or Raymond is, or whoever else. That's where the rubber meets the ground, folks. And you need to be serious about this stuff right now. I personally applaud each of you for enrolling in school. There are so many people out there who are saying, COVID, I'm not going to school. Oh, all this political noise out there and I'm not going to school. Well, that's them. But you're driven. You have a purpose. You have a mission. You have a goal. And that's why you're here. And I don't want you to forget that mission or that goal or that purpose. Because believe me, if nobody's told you, I'm going to tell you right now, there are going to be days that that mission or that goal or that purpose is going to be shaken. Because of some life situation or something that's happened outside of school or whatnot. Or because maybe you fail a class or a test or something. Look, you've got to stand strong. You've got to lean on your resources. Who are your resources? The instructor, the program director, myself, your admissions representative. So you spend more time with the admissions representative than you're probably going to spend with a lot of us. You open up yourselves to them. And they saw an opportunity to help you get out of that situation, to reach that which you seek for yourself. So use them. They are resources for you. Use them. Ask questions. Step up to the plate. Be unshakable. Am I reaching somebody? Somebody hearing me this afternoon? Because I'm telling you something, folks. We are not the only school out there that's providing you, Search Tech and PCT and MA. But I will tell you something, that of the schools out there, and I don't care who's listening to this or who hears this, I'll stand toe-to-toe on it. There is no school out there that is going to give you the attention that you need from your instructors and your program directors as you will get at Brookline. And it's not because I work at Brookline. I am being as honest as I'm telling you. My responsibilities are a lot easier because of the instructors and the program directors that you have, because I know the knowledge that they impart to you each day. So for those of your peers and for those of you listening to me right now who are going to really take this to heart, you will not have an issue earning an employment career opportunity. Let me say that again. For those of you who are listening and you are taking this to heart, if you will do what we're saying, you will not have an issue or a difficulty in getting into that career opportunity that you want. Because you will come out on top of your game. And that is what an employer is looking for. This morning's panel virtual interview, and I'm going to touch on something that Director of Education just mentioned, the ambassador program. That program is not a, I'm an ambassador and that's what it is. It's a competitive program. If you want to get in there, you have got to be on top of your game. You've got to be heads and shoulders above everybody else. This morning's virtual interview I was telling you guys about, they asked about that. And that is one of the things that moved that candidate forward, because she was an active member of the ambassador program. And I know for a fact the number of students that student helped. And I have verbal and written emails to verify from her peers that she helped. That's leadership. That's somebody who cares about a team And that's what an employer is looking for. Not just somebody to come and work, somebody who is going to bring value to that team as well. Adding to it, not breaking it, not separating it, but adding to it. So if you are thinking of ways to, separate yourself, because at the end of the day, your classmates are your competition, like it or not. They are your competition when it comes to, employment. So how are you going to separate yourself from everybody else? So if you're ready for it, come take it. And I challenge you to go take it full on, full forward. And for heaven's sake, be optimistic. That's that word again, optimism. Be optimistic. Don't be a half-empty kind of person, half-empty glass kind of person. Be a glass half-full kind of person. Always know that regardless of the situation, there is always a silver lining. You may not see it, but it is there. Because frankly, life is what? 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you choose to react to it. Okay? Let me say that again. Listen closely. Life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you choose to react to it. What has happened. You can't change it. The way you react to that situation that occurred determines everything else that comes up behind it. True or false? It is true. I don't care what the situation is. So why are you focusing on the 10% versus figuring out how to manage that 90% so you still attain some positive outcomes or some success? That's that mindset I'm talking about. That's that attitude I'm talking about. That's that being that half glass full kind of person I'm talking about. Folks, I could talk to you about this stuff till tomorrow, but I know we all have things to do, and you guys have an orientation to complete. I want to end my section by congratulating each and every one of you again for taking that bold step in making a beginning for your future. You started. Don't fall off the path. Don't fall off the track. Keep going. Push on, because you are able and you have the resources to help you be successful. I want to thank you for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you guys virtually and in person when we get back on campus. Congratulations to you, and thank you.
All right, thank you, Carl. All right, so moving on. Before you know it, you guys, you're going to be graduating, and this is the most exciting part for all of us. You know what? And what's going to take to get there is hard work, dedication, that positive attitude, excellent attendance, and no excuses, you guys. You know that saying, excuses are like, we've all got them, right? So going back to Corey, when that little voice tells you to stay in bed because it's nice and warm, that's an excuse, right? Don't listen to that little voice, and you will be amongst all of the Brookline graduates, okay? All right. So now I'm going to have you guys, well, first, are there any questions?
I have a question really quick. I don't know if it's the right time to ask this question. I'm sorry, but
No, wrong time.
Thank you. I need to set up a tech session. Do I do that now, or do we wait till the end?
Yeah, Ashley, you're on. Ashley can reach out to you. Ashley, can you hear me?
Yes, as soon as I figure out how to do it myself. Yep, I will reach to you for a one-on-one. I have your name written down, so you're good to go.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem, anytime.
Is there anyone else that needs an additional tech session? Nope. Okay. All right. So here comes the fun part. I'm going to introduce the program directors to you. So first up, we have Ms. Patty Brighton. She is program director for MIBC, MOA, and BHCA. Patty, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi. Next up, we have Deborah Golden. She is the institutional program director for pharmacy. Want to say hi, Deb?
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Thank you. And then we have Miss Jessica Lamone. She is the Program Director for Sterile Processing and Surge Tech.
Hello.
Hello. And Jamie Pierce, the Program Director for Medical Assistant, Phlebotomy, and Patient Care, as well as Allied Health. Jamie, would you like to say hello?
Hello, everybody.
All right, so all of these that you have met right now, these are the program directors that are going into your breakout rooms, and you'll get to know them a little bit better in just a few moments. And last but not least, we have Mr. Todd Matthews, our campus director. Go ahead, Mr.
Thank you, Nicole, and welcome everyone. Great to have you here today. What I'm going to do, and I'm speaking last, and as I told our leadership team yesterday, who many have spoke today already, my word really today is going to be something to kind of sum up 2020, and my word today is reality. And I'm sure you've heard a lot of cliches used this year, and one thing I've heard initially was, everybody's, in the same boat, and really with COVID-19, we might all be in the same storm, but we really haven't been in the same boat. And what I want to say to everyone is this, and when I look at the staff and faculty at Brookline, and I'll sum it up by saying, maybe myself and my wife, I'll use her as an example, have been inconvenienced a bit this year, but we never lost our jobs. I've got friends who have lost everything in just really about 9 or 10 months. I'm sure you know of someone who's lost everything, maybe including a loved one. So my theme today is going to be, and if you look in the chat box.
You muted yourself.
Muted yourself.
Yeah, so if you would, just take a look at the chat box, what I just put out there in 2021, work on yourself, not on your job. And my theme of becoming the best, and I've had the fortunate opportunity to be in this case now private education for almost 35 years, and started as a public school teacher and went up through the ranks. And I can tell you what really makes us different is that we truly care, but not just about getting you through to graduation. And you saw Carl's passion about really helping you put your education to work. So in becoming the best, you have to really become better. And, I started thinking, and my wife and I the other night, and, I'll share this for the group, which everybody may start hearing this. Her company, by May 21st, if she does not take the vaccine, she will be terminated. That rubs a lot of people the wrong way. We still don't know a lot. And there's a lot of emotions are going to occur as we continue to go into 2021. Just because January 1 hit, I think a lot of us were hoping it's a brand new year. It's really the same thing, only we're in a different year. So having an innovative, what I call pioneering creative attitude, and that's how we're operating now to make sure you can get the skill sets you need to be successful. But if you focus on yourself, and I've been a big part of self-motivational workshops through the years and achieving balance in life, this is definitely a different time. I've got friends that all they've done this past year is read books, worked on self-improvement. I've got some, including myself, maybe we've gained some weight, maybe we've lost some weight. We've gone through some health issues, we're stressed, we have some emotional issues we're going through. But I challenge you to be the one to start thinking, to be different, act differently, to in the end here, once we come out of this, to be someone positioned becoming the best. And I always talk about mastering organization and preparation. And as I told my wife, we looked back in the last 4 years, and I know, and I don't want to get involved in the politics because all I've seen is the right or wrong side, lots of debate. But I will tell you this, that in 4 years, my wife and I opened a medical staffing company, which is actually 4 years old next week. I've been a tour of 2 different campuses in the last 2 or 3 years, now with Brookline a year and a half, and glad to be back home in Tucson with a great company. There's a lot we accomplished because, as I said to her, the fears that I have is that over the next several years, and I always blame social media for a lot of things, we get focused on the wrong stuff. We get focused on everything else but ourselves. So I challenge you, because it's not just up to you to be successful, but you have others around you. It might be children, young children. We know right now there's going to be this big educational gap because of what we've had to do in education. Come on, I mean, we can't be successful just in remote learning. I've got a neighbor, she's 13. She comes over, plays with my dog every evening. I ask her, when you're going back to school? She doesn't know yet. And she's told me very openly about how she really feels. And she's a pretty intelligent young lady and very focused on her homework. but it's challenging. And I know the circumstances puts us in a situation, but we have to become different types of thinkers and not just fall in the trap that we'll just have to kind of wait and see, and we'll just have to deal with that. So as Mr. Wolf was talking about all those things that are important, it's a different time we're living in. And having a camera on, to me, is all about self-confidence. And I know as I was a freshman in college studying to be a teacher, my first, what was called a micro teaching, was on camera with those gigantic I guess they were still VHS, probably beta recorders at that time back in 1986. And I was in a room with a senior who was videotaping me with an empty classroom. And the whole point was to see myself on film so I can look at my mannerisms, how I speak, am I enunciating things properly, am I roaming about the classroom to engage with each student. And now, as Carl said, it is about interviewing on camera, sometimes with 4 or 5 people on camera in 4 or 5 different locations that are part of HR divisions or management. And there's a lot we can do through Zoom or video or virtual. But in the end, if you don't have those skill sets and you haven't worked on you enough, it just doesn't matter if you get that piece of paper. Because in the end, it's the skills, the attitude, those what we call life skills that go along with that. And, I don't get caught up in whether people like me or not. I mean, I want to have what I call the likability factor. I want to respect people and have them respect me, but that's something you really earn. And as we get out of this, and Carl, if you could jump in on this real quick, we know COVID slowed some hiring down, but there's employers still hiring. Is that correct?
That is correct, sir. Absolutely.
We also know that some employers now have made exceptions to different types of qualifications. We know in nursing, there's been some students that are grads in this case have been able to be hired in other markets or facilities without having their license completed at that point. People say, well, that's scary. I mean, some of you mentioned about family members being in healthcare. We don't know what those family members are going through day to day, but you do. And this isn't just a month. This has been almost a year. So I'm not going to pound away at some of the specifics, and I'm hoping to do a little bit more of maybe some of my virtual workshops that you may want to attend, and I'll have a series of topics we can go through. But I want to make sure when you look at the slide of becoming the best, just take some time over the next several days and think about how you can become different in 2021. This is not going to be just a quick vaccine and everything's gone and we're back to normal. So we've got to learn to live with this, but at the same time also we have to learn to not just cope, but get better. If we wait it out, the only thing we're going to be is maybe a year or 2 years older. And I don't want you to lose that opportunity. So in 2021, it might be learning a second language, might be reading some more books, might be figuring out how to take care of your health better. There's a lot of things, but take care of yourself and focus on yourself, become the best you possibly can be. I have an email that I've set up for faculty, staff, and students, Tucson Pipeline at brooklinecollege.edu. And again, there's my phone number directly, which will go right to my computer at my desk here virtually or to my cell phone. Please feel free to text or call. If there's something, it's a thought, maybe it's a positive thought or negative feedback or constructive criticism, send it through that email. I'll get that and we'll share it with the appropriate people and make changes accordingly. Virtually, there's a lot of things that set entirely too long because we don't see you day to day and face to face. But in the end, as the campus director and on behalf of the campus, we want you to have the best possible experience, not just getting through the program, but in the end, having those skill sets and the abilities and attitudes to be able to put your education truly to work. So in closing, welcome to Brookline College and congratulations decision. And I'll turn things back to Nicole. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Todd. All right, and congratulations to all of you for taking your first step towards your new career, and welcome to the Brookline family. And now I'm going to hand it over to Corey, and he's going to do his magic by putting you into breakout rooms.
Well, we're going to attempt it. All right, so hopefully you've enjoyed the orientation so far. Now to take it to a whole new level of excitement, you're going to meet your program director, the person in charge of the program you are about to start. So it's a great opportunity to put a face with the name. Make sure you have the contact information because this will be a true resource for you throughout your time here at Brookline College. In addition, again, to all the resources, this one specifically is the one in charge of your program. So you get to meet with them. When I press this button, what this magical program does is it will pull you out of here and break you up into the little sessions separately with your program director, assuming that works correctly. That's what should happen. Once you are done with that meeting, once they are done talking with you and you talking with them and asking them questions, you're free to go. It'll send you back to the main room. You don't even have to wait for that. You can just hit end, close, X out, whatever you want to do, and go about your day. Okay? So I just want to make sure you knew that as soon as you're done with that, you are done with orientation. Now, post-orientation, after orientation, if you have additional questions, absolutely make sure your admissions rep knows about that. It's their job to take care of you, so please make sure they know if you have any pending questions. I want to remind you of our policy on our first day of classes. You are required to attend. So you guys are starting Monday. If you are not in class on Monday, that's going to be a problem. You could be dropped from the program. Okay, so very important for you to be here on Monday to get everything set up appropriately so you could be successful. Again, any questions surrounding tech or whatever else beyond that, please make sure you let your admissions rep know so we can take care of that.
Corey,
Nicole?
I just want to interrupt just real quick. Most of the surge techs on here don't have class until Tuesday morning. They have an online class, but their first class is Tuesday morning.
Okay, great. Yeah, if you're not sure what classes that you have upcoming, let's see, for what we have right now, surge techs will have, depending on if you transferred credits, obviously it could change, but you'll have, it's still a Monday through Thursday type of thing, but it's 2 days for one class, and then your other class, which normally would be the other 2 days, is actually, it sounds like online for those who didn't transfer that class in. I can't get into specifics because there's so many different people with different transfer credits and things like that. So just get with your rep afterwards if you have any questions on scheduling. But that's a very good point because I forgot about that with the surge techs. If you're all the rest of our programs that are on here, you do have class Monday. It is a Med A class. You should be in that class for sure. Okay. So I am going to again press this button, and after I press it, you guys will all get zapped into those sessions. When you're done, close out of it. And again, make sure you if you have any questions that you talk with your admissions rep so they can answer that and ensure that you are 100% taken care of. All right, I appreciate y'all. Welcome to our family. Excited to have you a part of it. And I am going to press that magical button now. Ready? 1.
Welcome everybody.
2, 3. You'll just have to accept the pop-up on your screen to join.
So what's my lucky number?
I'm heading off. I got to go to the ladies' room.
Okay.
Bye.
Oops. Did I miss someone? Juan, do you have a pop-up on your screen, or if not, I can try to send you here. Let me see. Breakout rooms. What program are you on? Oh, yeah, you are. There should be a pop-up. It says you haven't clicked the accept. Is there a pop-up that's asking you to join? And Josh, what program are you?
Medical assistant.
Okay, give me 1 second, Josh. I don't know how I missed you here, but I'm going to get you in with that group right now. Okay, there should be a pop-up on your screen. Just go ahead and accept that. Okay, Juan, we'll try to get you. I see you'd rejoined, which is good because now I can assign it out again. So I'll get you in there. There should be a pop-up. Go ahead and try. See if you can get over there. Did it work? There we go. That's the old one. I'm going to sign him off of that. Remove. Okay. You are on mute, Miss Patty. Always.
Do I have anybody?
Oh my gosh. Did I miss something on yours? You're MIBC and something else, right? Aren't you MOA?
MOA and health.
Okay. Yeah, we don't do any of the degree programs other than Surge Tech now, so I won't have people for those.
I thought there was an MIBC student. She was a reentry.
Yeah, there's no reentry here today. So that's probably, yeah, I don't have somebody for you today.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm going to go ahead and hop off as well. You guys have a good day, and I'll reach out to the one student.
Joe Alba. Yep. Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.